What was the biggest challenge to you guys on the line coming off the Michigan game? What was the kind of emphasis from Coach Henson?
I think the emphasis was just doing what we are coached to do to the best of our ability and taking it serious and coming out every day with that in mind and picking something every day to come out and perfect.
So. Coming out of that game, where would you say the group's confidence was?
I mean, I can't really speak for everybody on the line, but I know that it was definitely a wake-up call for us as a unit, as an offensive unit, and we just gotta continue to keep growing from these and keep taking these lessons and rising from them.
How did you find out? What was your reaction to, in that Michigan game, just shifting from right tackle, left tackle, making that kind of in-game adjustment? How did you kind of handle that?
I mean, that's something I've done in the future. In the past. It's something I'll probably do in the future. So, I played in this offense long enough to know both sides comfortably. So it really wasn't, that big of a challenge. It was more just stepping up on my team.
You mentioned the wake-up call coming off the Michigan game. Is there anything different, kind of how you guys approach this past week or anything, that you feel like has changed since that game?
Just like I said, you just got to keep on fine-tuning the details and taking and picking something every day to get better at, and taking our preparation very serious and preparing in fear that we're going to let our team down. That's what Coach always says. So, yeah, that's pretty much been the emphasis the last 2 weeks. It's just keep grinding, keep getting better as an offensive unit.
How does it work for you having that right guard spot switch, multiple times, sometimes in a game? Is that difficult drive to adjust to that, or?
No, I'm just playing my 111, and I'm just letting the coaches figure out who they want to play that for.
Did you guys see or feel any kind of concrete steps forward?
It's hard.
Can you say one more time?
Did you guys feel or see any kind of concrete steps forward as a line this past weekend compared to?
Yeah, I think we are fine-tuning our mindset more. We're coming off the ball a little bit harder and just got to keep on doing that.
What do you think is kind of key ultimately for Elijah to keep progressing at that left tackle spot? What advice have you kind of veterans trying to give themselves?
Just stay confident in your ability. You're meant to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, coach wouldn't play if he didn't think that you could do it. So he just has to go out there and do him, because that's what he's capable of doing, for sure.
Miller's had some pretty gutsy moments, seems like, so far this season. Where's his toughness kind of shown through to you?
Kid is tough, but I've been knowing that Miller is tough, and he has some edge to him and a chip on his shoulder, just because we were on the twos for 3 years or 2 years before this year. So I've seen Miller and his edge, so it's cool to see how tough he is for sure.
You seen him make that spin?
Yeah,
for a touchdown.
That's never something I've seen out of Miller. But it's not a surprise. He's a physical kid. He's definitely a good player. I love having him in the backfield.
What kind of approach is Coach Henson taking with you guys over the last couple of weeks?
Said it again, I'll say it one more time, just focusing on our technique and fine-tuning those details, because that's what separates yourself when you're playing good people. It's not how big or how strong you are. Everybody's big and strong. It's how well can you do the things that you're coached to do, and how disciplined can you be when you do those things.
How significant is the added challenge of seeing new personnel, new scheme, new coordinator kind of every week here in this conference?
I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I just know that we play different defense every week, so that's definitely going to bring different challenges and different different challenges schematically, whether it's how they play or what we have to do to adjust to how they play, just stuff like that.
Where's Amos kind of stood out to you?
He plays physical. He plays with an edge when he wants to, and it's exciting to see.
What learning lessons can you take from the road experience at Michigan to this week in Minnesota?
Communication is the biggest part that we need to fine-tune on, and just keeping our composure, staying poised when the moment gets a little bit big and it gets a little loud and the stadium starts rocking a little bit.
Lincoln has made clear that ultimately there's a few guys who are entrenched in their spots here, and you you've mentioned, you know, the need to kind of keep progressing, but how comfortable, confident are you guys that, you know, there's an evolved version of this line, there's, you know, that you guys can kind of take a leap, you know?
Oh,
in
I
the
mean,
next part of the
coach
season?
always stresses to us that we have barely scratched the surface of how good we can be as an offensive unit and as an offensive line in general. So yeah, that's just really the biggest thing is us believing in that and taking it serious and taking the coaching serious and fine tuning the details.